If you were watching the 2018 World Cup finals on Sunday in Moscow, you may have seen 4 protesters take the field dressed in old-fashioned police uniforms in the game's second half. Just after the event, Moscow punk band, and known enemies of the Russian state, Pussy Riot took to Twitter to claim responsibility for the stunt, sharing a list of demands for the Russian government regarding prison reform and free elections. Citing Russian poet Dmitry Prigov's images of the heavenly and earthly policeman as inspiration, the group demand that the Russian government let its political prisoners free, stop illegal arrests at rallies, and allow for competition in elections, among other requests. The FIFA World Cup has reminded us of the possibilities of the heavenly policeman in the great Russia of the future, but the earthly policeman entering the ruleless game breaks our world apart, they write. Earlier this year, 2 Pussy Riot members were detained by authorities upon attempting to enter into Crimea, both of which were later found after going missing. In March, they released a new single on the day of the Russian presidential elections that took aim at President Vladimir Putin. The harsh hip-hop track features lyrics such as, 6 years we're gonna fight, fight. We're not gonna obey during this term. In a statement alongside the release, the band wrote, "What 18 years of Putin's power has brought to us? Arrests, poisonings, tortures, murders of political activists, institutional corruption which is huge, total erosion of democratic institutions, giant economic inequality, worsening of prison conditions, environmental catastrophe in lots of industrial regions, censorship everywhere, in media, in education, in internet, in people's heads, self-censorship, caused by fear. You should not be deceived. The event on 18th of March is not elections, falsifications, eliminations of political opponents. Kremlin-controlled media leave no chance to anybody except Putin." For more on the World Cup incident, we now go to our foreign correspondent Liam Longcock, who is standing by in Moscow. Good evening, Liam.
Thank you, Janet. Before I begin, I must say you look beautiful tonight. I wish more women wore tights like you. It is such a turn-on.
Aw, thank you, Liam, you are so sweet. I will wear them more often then.
Earlier today I had the rare opportunity to chat with Alexander Cheparukhin. He is the producer of a show based on a book by activist Maria Alekhina describing her battles in court and experience of prison. And he knows the struggles several girls still do actions, he says. Most of those girls are in Siberia and Crimea. They do political actions to protest against the political imprisonment of some people. They get arrested. They tend to be detained for several hours, maximum one night. Prior to the World Cup 2018, many hoped that there would be a boycott of the country as host. Alexander was among them. "I initially thought I would be happy if it was boycotted," he says. "But I've been in Moscow during the World Cup and I think finally it was good for Russian people because it's such a good atmosphere. Very peaceful, a lot of love and friendship." He admired, he says, how tolerant the police were with some of the fans. "It's incredible and really new there. You see very friendly police and it doesn't mean that they are instructed to be like this. No, they just admire this atmosphere when like tens of thousands of people are dancing in the center of Moscow. So finally I liked it very much." A boycott, he says, would have been a proper political gesture against Putin's regime. But, he adds, since it was not boycotted, I think the best you can do is celebrate its spirit of friendship. And, by the way, a lot of opposition people, some Pussy Riot members, also were jumping around in this crowd in Moscow. They liked it. There was even swimming in fountains in the center of Moscow. That's all I have for now, Janet.
Okay. Liam, you must like the Pussy Riot girls.
They are okay. Why do you say that, Janet?
Because of the colorful tights they always wear. It must drive you crazy.
Yes. But not as much as yours do, Miss Stocking Toes, because you wear sheer American suntan tights with your open-toe heels.
Thanks for the update. And now for the weather.